Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Motivation with Mommies Teatime, where we inspire and empower moms to manifest the life that they want. I am your host, Romika Latash, and today's episode is all about me. I can't believe that I just got so excited about launching this podcast. I did not introduce you guys to me to tell you a little bit about me and my background. Today's episode is about overcoming abandonment and choosing forgiveness and healing. So I just want to give you just a little snippet of my life and what empowered me to start Mommy's Tea Time. Um, Telling my story has been really difficult for me because I worried about telling my story, about hurting people that are close to me in my life. Um, by telling my story, I mean, you grow up and you're taught to, all your business stays in the home. Um, but I feel like my story of overcoming abandonment will help so many other women and men too, um, in how to overcome abandonment issues. So, me telling my story is not to hurt anyone or make anyone feel less a person or who have failed me in their life. It's just me telling my story of how I felt growing up. Growing up, no one ever asked me how did I feel about what was going on around me. So me as a little girl, I just kept everything inside and my feelings, and sometimes that showed out in my actions and my behavior because I could not really express how I felt as a child. So I stand here today before you to share my story of resilience, strength, and triumph over adversity. My story is about overcoming abandonment and finding the power within to create a life of purpose and fulfillment. I've chose myself. I've chose forgiveness and I've chose healing. Abandonment is a wound that cuts deep, leaving scars that can linger for a lifetime. I've struggled for a long time with deep scars and um, just feelings, unanswered questions um, that just lingered in my life. And for me, it began with my biological mother who suffered really bad with drug addiction and made a heartbreaking decision to abandon me. Um, the pain of being left behind by someone that should have been there to love and protect me is just unmanageable. I just couldn't imagine um, just doing that as a mother today, doing that to my kids. But I do understand the sickness of addiction. Um, but that was not the end of my journey with abandonment. My father too fell victim of addiction, leaving me for 5 long years during my formative years from the age of 9 to 14. And those were hard for me, those years, because I was a daddy's little girl. And I felt like my dad, he saved me when my biological mother couldn't take care of me anymore. So then when he fell from addiction, that was very hard for me because me as a child felt like, you know, sometimes as a child you blame yourself um, for some of adults' decisions and actions. So in my head, as a little girl, I felt like, well, what could I have done better to make the situation better? Um, I felt like I had to navigate the world on my own, longing for love and guidance that every child deserves. And even though I had love around me, it just felt like something was missing, that I just could not understand as a child, what was missing. Um, and then just when I thought I had found stability, um, in a sense of belonging, my bonus mom, I hate to call her my bonus mom because she's the only mom that I know, that raised me. But at that time in my life, she felt like she was unable to, take care of me while my father was battling his own demons. Um, so she felt like she had no choice but to step away. The pain of feeling abandonment yet again was almost unbearable. I can remember crying for days and nights, just praying, like, why? I thought if I was just being good, a little bit better, then maybe, she would just kept me. I didn't want to go live with my father's mother, which is my grandmother, even though I love my grandmother, but I just wanted to be with my mom and my dad. I wanted to be with my family. And it hurt so bad. I mean, cries turned into anger, and anger fell into loneliness, and then I found strength. And as a little girl, I always knew how to pray. So my anger and loneliness and those cries turned into prayers. But through it all, I refused to let these experiences define me. I made a choice to take my power back and build a life for myself. At the age of 21, I decided to move out and start a life with my boyfriend, who is now my husband. However, this decision was met with another wave of abandonment as my entire family turned their back on me, deeming my choices unworthy and incompatible with their vision of how of a perfect life. And not so much of a perfect life, but just growing up in a church in a Christian family home and chose to move out with my boyfriend unmarried was just like something that they just could not see. Um, and in that moment, it felt like the world was crumbling around me. The weight of rejection and abandonment threatened to consume me, but I refused to let it break me. Instead, I chose to rise above it all. I chose to prioritize my own well being and happiness, and I chose to forgive those who have abandoned me, not for their sake, but for mine. And that journey was hard. It was really hard. Um, but in my journey of healing and self discovery, I found Mommy's Tea Time, a platform dedicated to empowering and motivating women to focus on their visions and goals and inspire. And this was inspired by my own experience. I wrote the book, titled Let's Talk Motivation with Mommy's Tea Time, 30 Days of Affirmations to Motivate and Create Boss Moms. This book served as a beacon of light, empowering mothers, wives, single moms, and entrepreneurs to manifest positivity in their lives. But through it all today, I stand proudly before you as a wife and a mother of four beautiful children. My motivation comes from deep rooted desires to break generational curse. Yes, I am a curse breaker in my family, and I know that God has chose me for that. But I want to break the generational curse that causes the plague in my bloodline. Um, and of course, mediocrity and limited opportunities. I am determined to create generational wealth and abundance for my family. What would I do to achieve these goals? I am a visual manifester. I write things down. I write the vision. I make it plain as I see it. Um, and I have learned to put myself first. I have embraced the power of affirmations, fasting. Oh, when I realized what fasting can do, oh my gosh, fasting is like almost like my number one thing that I do. Even if it's like for 3 days, I fast. And I ask God to open my ears and my eyes so I can see um, what He needs from me. And just manifesting and speaking life into myself, speaking out and speaking what I want in my life. And thus far, God has blessed me so much. I can see the manifestations even when I was younger and when I didn't know what manifestation was. I've manifested so many things in my life today. One of them is my husband. I manifested him. I did not want to be with anybody who was a smoker, a drinker. Um, I didn't want anyone that suffered from addiction, and God has just blessed me with someone um, that is just so kind-hearted and just I feel like it's the perfect person for me. Harnessing those transformative potentials, like affirmations, fasting, and manifesting. Um, I feel like it's propelling me towards success. I am not just the founder of Mommies Teatime, I'm also a proud owner of Osis Slay Natural Hair Care Products, which I am very proud of it. What made me start this product line is my daughters, actually my whole family, because we have type 4C here, but they're like the texture is a little different in all of our hair. So our curls pop differently. And I needed to find a product that will work for all of our hair. Um, and what inspired me to start this was my daughters. Um, they was like, Mom, why don't you make your own products? Not knowing that being a natural hair product owner was spoken in my life years ago when I was a teenager. So God used my kids to push me and motivate me in that direction. So Osis Slay Natural Hair Care Products was developed in 2019, and I am proud of those products. Um, my vision when I look ahead, I just look for my business to be thriving. Um, Osis is Slade Natural Hair Care and Mommy's Tea Time. I envision touring the United States with my conferences, Motivate, Manifest, and Move. Yes, that's the name of the conference. I want to inspire women across the nation to change their mindset, affirm positivity in their lives and business, and take bold actions and achieve their dreams. As the host of Let's Talk Motivation with Mommies Tea Time podcast, I firmly believe that mothers are superheroes. We possess an unparalleled ability to juggle countless of responsibilities and wear numerous of hats, all while chasing our dreams and pursuing our passions. And that is precisely why I have created this podcast to showcase and promote mothers who are thriving in their business while being amazing mothers and wives. Through this podcast, I want to share stories of triumph and struggles, victories and setbacks. I want to create a platform where these extraordinary women can inspire others with their journeys. I want to build a community of support and encouragement for mothers who are pursuing their dreams, reminding them that they are not alone. Every mother deserves a chance to pursue her dreams and achieve her goals together through Let's Talk Motivation. Mommy's Tea Time, um, we can uplift and inspire each other. And I believe thus far with this podcast, we have done so. And God is really showing me that, this is needed for mothers who are in business. We can show the world that it is possible to be exceptional mothers and successful entrepreneurs. Um, this brings me to, um, if you are a mother who is thriving in your business while being a rock star in your family, I want you to step forward and share your story with us. Women, and to let us to so you can inspire women, um, and just turn inspire them to turn their dreams into a reality. I'm getting all tongue twisted this morning. But yeah, I hope that my story inspired you. It's just a little snippet. I am currently working on my book, Birth Out of Abandonment, which God gave me years ago, and I've been struggling for years ago. But I think timing is everything, and I think I am ready to tell my story. Um, and yes, I just want to leave you this morning with the affirmation for this week. I embrace my unique journey, trusting that every step I take leads me closer to my fulfillment of my dreams. And that affirmation is just so powerful. And I just ask that you just, use that, because affirmations are like so powerful. When you speak life into yourself, you'll be surprised of the change and the healing that starts to move in your life. So we're going to end the show here. I know it's not long, it's short, but I just wanted to introduce myself to you. Um, I want us to embrace motivation, manifest our aspiration, and boss up in every aspect of our lives. I want to thank you for listening to Let's Talk Motivation with Mommy's Tea Time, and I will see you next week. Bye.